Alright, this is Netrunner. Just wanted to do a really short, quick video on unknowns in Netrunner, right? And previously, I applied this to really just drawing cards, right? But I recently was playing with somebody and they took it a step further. I didn't really know I needed to be taking it a step further, and now I'm attempting to practice that as well. And what I'm talking about is, in your turn, you want to, and this takes practice. Don't get me wrong, this takes practice. You're not going to get it right all the time, especially not at first. You're not going to get it right, and even know what you need to do to plan out your turns at first until you start to practice it and learn the cards a little bit more. But right from the beginning, one thing that you can do to make yourself better is plan your turn out and as much as possible and draw your cards first. That's the easiest one. That's the most common application of this principle of doing things that are unknown first. So for instance, at the beginning of my turn, if I know I'm going to draw a card that turn, then I want to draw that card first, because now I have just seen what something new that gives me more information that allows me to maybe change what I was going to do, right? Let's say if I saw something in my hand already, I got four cards. I said I kind of want to install that, and I kind of want to play a sure gamble to get 4 money, and I want to install that. Now you've identified two things you're going to do, but you got 4 clicks. So the best thing to do is go ahead and draw that card first, and now maybe that card that you just got something that you can take advantage of and that you didn't know that you were going to take advantage of before. So now you have that extra information. So now it's a draw card. Okay, I'm still going to do the sure gamble. I'm still going to go ahead and install this card, but now I'm going to go ahead and make a run with that multi-access card of some sort, right? So that's the type of thing that drawing your cards first. It's something, again, you got to practice. It's something that you'll forget sometimes, but if you start practicing now, whenever you're young in the game, you're going to start to do that on a regular basis. And I'm telling you, card draw is more important than what you first think when you're getting into this game. Working with what you got, it's good, but getting more out there, getting through that deck is a basic principle of card games, right? So that's the first unknown, is drawing cards. The second unknown that I didn't really ponder until somebody that I was playing with shared it with me the other day is, if you know you're going to make a run on a server and you have the resources you need, that is the caveat. If you've got to build up to make that run, that's one thing. But if you know you can go ahead and make that run at the beginning of your turn, there's another unknown. And so let's say you say, all right, R&D is wide open, or you already got the breaker to get through R&D. I'm going to make that run on R&D first, because now I saw a card. Okay, it was an agenda. If you get an agenda, that could change what you want to do on a turn. If you didn't get an agenda, but you trashed a card, now you could use your next click to make another run on R&D. So, and if you just ran on R&D and it was just a card, you saw what it was and you can't do anything with it, now you move on with your turn. But the key is, once again, is to attempt to take care of those unknowns earlier in the turn, right? And that is also valuable to react. So let's say you make a run on R&D, you get a snare, now you've lost 3 cards and you got a tag. This gives you time, in case that you do get the tag, that you can go ahead and remove the tag, right? If you run on your last click, now you got that tag, the corpse, now it's the corpse turn, they can trash resources or do some type of damage. So that's the principle behind taking care of unknowns. And I'm sure there's other examples of that. And again, with the run, it gets a little bit more complicated, right? That's something that takes a little bit more work to know when I need to make that run at the beginning, or I need to build up and make a run towards the end of your turn. Those are things that's going to take some time. But that card draw, That card draw is vital, is absolutely vital to putting yourself in the best position to make the best decisions each turn, right? One break in that rule for me is going to be Katie Jones. And so Katie Jones lets you either on a turn place 3 money on it, so it's something that you can build up over time, or on a turn you can take all the credits from it. This is a card that's in the Core 2019 set, and it is common. What you with this one, I like to go ahead and store on it first thing, and here's why. Because I forget. That's the only reason. If you can remember to do your Katie Jones throughout your turn, then go ahead and store after you've done your unknowns. But for me, I'll forget about the Katie Jones, especially if I get it out early and I'm trying to get that up to 18, 21 bucks by about mid-game, so I can go ahead and pull that money in and really have a chance to be competitive towards the middle of the game. Then I'm going to continually make sure I store first thing so I don't forget, because that's a vital part of my strategy, right? So you have to learn these little nuances, but start today. If you don't already know this, start today saying, I'm going to go ahead and draw first. And you need to draw cards. You got to get through that deck. You got to find the stuff that you're looking for. So you're going to have to take times, and you need to keep that hand size up. That's another thing that that as a young player, me personally, I always wanted to just go and keep the tempo going. But you want to keep that hand size so often up to 4 or 5 cards, because the corp oftentimes has cards that can wipe you out and take out that life, right? So you don't want to be just sitting around on a regular basis with 2, 3 cards in hand, because there's several cards that can hit you for 3 to 4 damage. So that is the principle of the day. Just a short video. I just wanted to share that with you. I'm going to be looking for more information in the future on sites and stuff that I can relate to you, but that's just a simple tip. It's one of the first things that I actually started, that I actually learned outside of just filling the game, just playing with my feelings. And that's what a lot of us newer players are doing so often, is we're playing with our feelings versus the kind of standard analytics and the standard rules and principles a lot of people apply at higher levels, and which is fine. Learning with your feelings isn't necessarily a bad thing, but eventually you've got to start to take these rules and apply them along with those feelings, making those the baseline, making those the norm, and then utilizing your feelings to just fill out the game, to know when I got to do something outside of those rules. I got to do something unexpected. I got to make a move now because his tempo strong. That is so that's important stuff, and I just wanted to start us out with a very simple one. As I go through these, I'm sure there's a lot I don't know about. I'm going to be looking for them on various sites and just relaying them to you all. So just start today thinking, draw first, do unknowns first when possible, right? Okay? All right, well, we will, I'll see you soon. I'll have more of these coming, and we'll talk to you later.